Another edition of the Music Dreams USA Radio Artist Spotlight Show, which is being brought to you this evening by Blue Shamrock Music. And a special thank you to Mr. Stephen Brady. And he is the one that supplies our artists each and every Wednesday right here on the Music Dreams USA Artist Spotlight Show. If you are an upcoming or established artist and you're looking for some exposure, just go to blueshamrockmusic.com, get in contact with Stephen Brady, and we can certainly set up a time for you to be live on the air. In just a moment here, we're going to meet a very special artist, and she's absolutely amazing. And we'll talk about her songs, how her music journey began, any funny things that happened along the way, that much more. And so, without any further ado delay, help me in welcoming our special guest this evening. Her name is Ruby Jane, and she's from Australia, and she's a country music singer, and she's had an amazing career. And, I'll tell you a little bit of funny thing about her. She's actually done events at rodeos, major music events, and she has a brand new single out too, and we'll find out more about that. So now let's go live and meet our special guest. Miss Ruby Jane, you are live on the air. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing so good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, it's evening where I am, but it's morning where you are because you're up in Australia. And so, how is the weather up in Australia?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm in the sunny state of Queensland, so the weather is quite nice at the moment.
Awesome. Well, I know it's early for you. I mean, before we went live, you told me it's around 8:30 in the morning. So,
Yes,
have you had your breakfast yet?
yes, I've had my breakfast.
Well, for me, I'm a smoothie king guy. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I have to have my smoothies, and then I go live on the air. So that's me.
It's a good routine.
Yes. So again, welcome to the show, and we're super excited to have you here. Can you maybe share with our listeners how did your music journey begin?
Well, I've just always been making noise and singing and humming, and my mum's always been telling me to be quiet. But it wasn't until I was about 13 or 14 that I picked up a guitar and thought, I'm going to start playing this and singing properly. So, um, yeah. And then I would always be looking for songs that related to what I was feeling, what I was thinking. And then one day I thought, why don't I just write what I'm thinking and feeling? So I've been writing songs since I was 17. I'm 21 at the moment. Um, And yeah, I'll just sing to anyone. I'll jam with anyone. I love music so much. And I think connecting with people is the coolest thing from music.
That's awesome. And have you been to any like major auditions, like America's Got Talent, or any of those big shows?
No, not yet, but maybe.
Are you considering doing it?
Yeah, I think so. Why not? Honestly, it's great exposure, which
Oh yeah,
is what you
absolutely.
need
And
as a up and coming artist. Just a platform to use would be awesome.
so, explain to us, how did you get your first big break in the music industry? How that work out for you?
Well, I actually completely accidentally um so I made a TikTok video. Um this It was the second song that I ever wrote. It's called Concrete Cowboy, about this boy that I used to see who he didn't want to get his hands or his four-wheel drive dirty. So I wrote this song as a joke and I put it up on TikTok. And yeah, it got a few thousand likes and comments, and people were saying, "Oh, we want this on Spotify." Um, so I just Googled where do I record music. I hadn't even thought about it, and then I went and recorded Concrete Cowboy, and it's my still my best stream song till today. So pretty crazy how that unfolded.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So, what does your songwriting look like? So, when you're actually in the studio recording, putting songs together, how does that come about for you?
Well, I love writing, so um really, if I have something to say, I'll go and record that. I've been working with Benji Pocock, a producer here in Queensland, and yeah, whenever I don't know what to do next, or we'll go through all my options and work out what my vibe is and what I want to put out into the world next.
So when people listen to your music, what is the message that you're trying to get out to your fans?
Well, um, you see, I didn't really know if I wanted to be like a happy song singer or a sad song singer. Um, it depends on the day. So I think with my upbeat songs, I just want everyone to have fun. But I have a couple slower songs that were like really vulnerable for me to put out there, but they've had the best response with people saying, "Wow, I love this song. Wow, I can relate to this." And I think that is the best reward as a songwriter, when people are saying, "Oh my god, this song, this is my story." So I think it's just crazy, but I've realized that I don't have to put myself into like I'm just gonna sing sad songs. Just gonna let whatever comes out come out, and that's my vibe.
So, what makes you love the music industry so much?
Well, I just love I've only been in the music industry for a couple of years. I released my first song maybe 2 years ago, so I'm still learning a lot. Um, and I've realized that there's a lot of people that have a dream, you know. Um, but I think there's a lot of nice people in the music industry that are giving advice, and if you just got to keep chasing it. Um, but yeah, I think it's the people in the music industry, some of them, that are really, really beautiful, and they're nurturing. Yeah, couldn't do it without them.
Do you think networking is very important in the music industry?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you can't. It's always about who you know, really, um, for opportunities and gigs. Um, it's definitely about who you know. So yeah.
Let's talk about your new song that just came out. Can you maybe tell our listeners are watching now, who will be watching a little bit later on? Tell us about that new song. How did that song come about, and what do you think about it?
So country song, with Open Season Band. The craziest thing, I went to the Tamworth Country Music Festival for the first time, um, like 3 years ago today, I think. And there was this band playing. There's live music all over Tamworth. There's people busking. It's like everyone comes to town to play country music, especially when you're trying to like be heard, be seen, But there was this band playing in one of the pubs as I was walking past. They were playing Rocky Top. And I thought, oh, this is like the best song, and I've never seen anyone play it live before. So I walked in, and they had the crowd pumping, and it was such a vibe, so much fun, that I went back and watched them play every other gig they had. And I started writing a song into my phone. Everybody's dancing. They're happy to be here, sipping and spilling their beer. And then, uh, not too long after, my friend Jen Myers and I wrote country song about how good it feels to be in the country crowd, and you don't have any other problems in the world. You're just having a good time. And then I played the song for Banjo Pete, who plays the banjo in Open Season Band, and he really liked it. And then I sent a video to the band, And then I got a friend request from the lead singer, and he'd written his own verse to the song from the band's perspective and watching the crowd. And, we might not sell that many tickets, but like we've had a damn good time. Um, and yeah, we went away for a weekend and recorded the song, and it was the most fun I've ever had in the studio. Um, and it really shows that if you have a vision and you're brave enough to put your ideas out there, cool things can come from that.
What do you think are some of the challenges in the music industry? I know, as you mentioned in the beginning of the show, you're only like 2 years into it, but up to these 2 years, what are some of the challenges you see right now?
Well, it's definitely how saturated everyone is trying to get their big break. Everyone's trying to, be someone or be heard. Um, so I just, I don't really, I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah.
Okay, well, not a problem. Next question, please.
Yes,
So,
please.
let me ask you this. Again, you're 2 years into your musical career. What are some of the highlights that you've had so far during your first 2 years in the music industry? Are there any highlights? If so, what are they, and why do they stand out to you?
So, I just won the national busking championships last year, which was crazy. I really love the busking competitions here in Australia because you don't have to pay to be in it. Anyone can do it, and they're giving you a platform. Um, and you have all walks of life coming to the one place, and you hear so many stories. It's so much fun. And then they take first place from all around Australia and bring them all together to the Kumar Busking Championships at the end of the year. And you just busk, you do your thing on the streets for about an hour across a few different locations. And yeah, they have judges walking around. So that was an awesome platform for me to win at the end of last year. Um, yeah, I think my best achievement so far is definitely this song with Open Season Band. I really admired them for like over a year before I even was brave enough to play them my song. So yeah, I think it's the music industry is a bit of a scary thing, but you just gotta be brave, and if you believe in your body of work, just be brave enough to put it out there.
That's awesome. What a great answer. And so, what's up next for Ruby Jane? What you got coming up next?
I actually just filmed a music video, so I have more music coming out. It's a bit crazy. I've never done anything like this before. But the song's called Hoot and Holler. It'll be released soon, and we've just filmed this music video half in a tattoo shop getting tattoos, and then the other half of it at a pub, and we had line dances and people were dancing on the bar. So I can't wait to see the final clip. That's for sure. Um, but I'm also playing Gympie Music Muster, which is one of the biggest music festivals here in Australia. I've got my name up amongst some of the biggest artists here in Australia, which is crazy. Um, yeah, I just keep chipping away at everything.
That's awesome. How can our listeners are watching now that we'll be watching later? How can they get in contact with you, and how can they download your amazing music?
Well, my Instagram is Ruby Jane Music, and I'm pretty active on Instagram. And if you send me a DM, I'm probably gonna see it and reply. I love getting messages on feedback of my music. Um, and then to stream the music, my music's available on every platform: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you name it, it's there. Yeah.
So when you're not doing music, do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I love getting outdoors and just I love camping, going to the river, hanging out with my mates, family. Um, yeah, but somehow it always ties back to music because if I'm camping, someone's got a guitar. Someone's saying, "All right, let's have a sing around the fire." Or yeah. But I think if I'm not making music or writing something, I'm definitely doing something with my friends or family. Yeah. You gotta have a
Well,
balance.
that's cool. I'm like you. I love camping, and I think it's a lot of fun. And especially around a campfire, you have some pretty interesting conversations. Someone bring out the guitar and you're singing. Even if you can't sing, you're singing now.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You know, um, what is your thoughts about the country music scene as it stands today?
Well, I thought it was a big, massive country music scene, but the more I learn about it, it's not actually that big. Everyone knows everyone. Um, yeah. Um, I'm still learning about it, so I don't really know much about the country music scene, but I'm trying to get into it. I've met a few awesome people who are, you know, guiding me, and yeah, so I'm just trying to immerse myself in as much country music as possible, going to all the festivals, putting my name down for anything and everything. Um, and it's starting to pay off. Getting opportunities. Um, yeah, all around. So just, I think you have to say yes to everything to get your name out there. Hey.
Yeah, I like that because you're 100% correct. I've been in the music industry for a while as well, and I can tell you, you know, when you get an opportunity, you better say yes to that opportunity because you may not get another one, right? And
Yeah.
so I mean, I love hearing you say that, you're putting your name out there and every opportunity you can, you put your name out there. And I think that's so important as you continue to build your career in the music industry. One day you look back and you're like, I'm so glad I said yes to that. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
kudos to you. And so let me ask you this now. Let's take you on stage, all right? You're getting ready to do a huge concert.
Yeah.
What are some of your pre-rituals? What do you do to get ready for the big show?
Well, before the show, for sure, I'd be planning my set list and what I'm gonna wear. Because if you're doing a big show and you've got all these nerves and all the excitement, you don't want extra stress on your day. Your outfit's not sitting right, you can't play the guitar with that top. So I think I'd definitely be prepared, um, and well hydrated. Um, yeah, and just get out there. I don't really have any, you know, some people wear their lucky socks. I don't really have any lucky socks yet. Um, but yeah, just try and, wherever I am going out to play, I think you just have to have fun and you're making memories. So you just gotta go out there, have the most fun.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our audience this evening?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Ready. Do you like sports?
Yeah, I love AFL. Do you know what AFL is?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
football league. Hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm from Victoria. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
you're
sideways.
sideways.
Sorry, my desk is just a bit. Um,
You're
You're
sideways still.
sideways still.
Yeah, yeah,
still.
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta
Yeah,
flip
you gotta
it.
flip
Yeah,
it. Yeah, bring
turn yourself up the other
yourself up the
way.
other way.
Is that all right?
No, you're
No,
still
you're still
sideways.
sideways.
I didn't. I got no idea.
See, you got
See,
so
you got
excited
so
on
excited
the
on
show.
the show.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Now he's
Now
standing.
he's
We just
standing.
need to
We
see
just need to
you.
see you.
There
Is
you
that
There
go.
you
better?
go.
Okay.
See, you were
See,
so
you're
Sorry
so
about
excited to be
that.
on
excited
the
to be on the
show.
show.
We turned you
We turn you
sideways.
sideways.
Oh, technology, don't you love it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh, AFL. So I'm from Victoria, which is big AFL. Everyone loves AFL. And I've been in Queensland recording my CD. So I've just finished a whole EP with 6 tracks that I've written, and I designed the whole thing. But I've been spending quite a bit of time up here in Queensland, and not many people are into AFL here. It's all rugby up here. So, yeah, I've been to my first rugby game, learning how it all works.
Let me ask
Let
you
me ask you
this.
this.
So
So
I've heard
I've
from the
heard from the
birdie
birdie
that you've
that
done
you've done
rodeo events.
rodeo events.
Yes.
Tell me more
Tell me
about
more
that.
about that.
Yeah, well, I first started out actually playing at rodeos. I got the opportunity to sing the national anthem probably when I was about 14 or 15. And then I'd sing as people were coming into the gates of the rodeo. And yeah, I've just stuck with it. My mum made me a really cool Australia flag sequin top. So I had the whole get up on, and I've been doing that for a few years now. But yeah, rodeos is where I got my first little platform, and I've sort of just run with it. So it's pretty crazy because you see people that you've met a few years ago and you just run into people everywhere. It's such an awesome community. And I just love, people being a part of my journey, and I get to watch them on their journey too. It's definitely a whole community thing.
Wow, that's pretty
Wow, that's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would love
I
to
would
go to
love to go
rodeo.
to rodeo.
That's not my
That's not
to-do
my
list, by
to-do
the
list,
way.
by the way.
Yeah, well, the rodeos here, like, I thought they were big, but I actually came over to America and went to Houston Rodeo, and that was something else. That was crazy. So I've never been to a rodeo in Australia that big.
Wow.
Wow.
So
So
let's move forward here
move
with our
forward here with our
interview.
interview.
Again,
Again,
Gideon,
Gideon,
thank you so
thank you
much for
so much for
watching.
watching.
And if you're
And
not
if
watching
you're
now,
not watching
you'll be
now,
watching a
you'll
little
be
bit
watching
later
a bit
on.
later on.
Again, we're being
Again, we're
brought to
being
you by
brought to
Blue
you by Blue
Shamrock
Shamrock
Music.
Music.
And a special
And a
thank you
special
to Mr.
thank you,
Stephen
Mr.
Brady.
Stephen Brady.
It's your friend
It's your
Russell
friend Russell
Payne with
Payne
the
with
Music
the Music
Dreams
Dreams
USA
USA
Artist Spotlight
Artist
Show. And
Spotlight
again,
Show.
our
And again, our
special guest,
special guest,
Miss
Miss
Ruby Jane,
Ruby
is in
Jane,
the
is in the
house.
house.
And we're having
And
so
we're
much
having
fun
so
with
much
her on
fun
the
with her on the
interview.
interview.
Thank
So
you for
let me
having
ask you
Let me
this,
ask you this,
as we bring
as
our
we bring
interview
our
to a
interview to
close
a
here,
close here,
can you
can
share
you
with
share
us
with us
what has been the
what has
most
been the most
memorable
memorable
performance by
performance
you?
by you?
Which one
Which
is it?
one
And
is
why
it?
is it
And
so
why is it so
special?
special?
Um, I'd probably say at the Capella Country Music Festival, they had a competition, and they had a house band, and like all the songs that I've written, I just play by myself on my guitar. But when I've recorded them, I get session musicians in. But I won this shooting star competition, and the band played my songs with me for the first time ever live with a band, which was pretty crazy and so cool. and it really inspired me. Like, I want to work towards a band, and this is the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Any other special memories you want to share with us?
With us?
Um, I'm making memories every weekend, but I think the coolest is definitely the open season with my latest single, Country Song. We've gone on to, I'm really good friends with the band now, and it's just crazy how you are like, oh my, they're so cool. They're up on the stage, they're rock stars, but they're actually real people. Yeah, and they're beautiful people.
Is there anyone
Is
you
there
want to
anyone
say
you
hello
want to
to
say
on the
hello to
show
on the
this
show
evening?
this evening?
Probably to my mum. Hi, mum.
Tell us about your
Let's
mom
call your
and
mom and
how has she been
how's
such
she
an
been such an
instrumental to you
instrumental to you
in your
in
musical
your musical
journey?
journey?
Pardon?
With your
With your
mom,
mom,
how has she been
how's
so
she been so
instrumental in your
instrumental in
musical
your
journey?
musical journey?
She's been awesome. You know, I wanted to do music in high school, and the music classes were about an hour away from where we were living. But so my mum would drive me to the music classes at the potato shed every Wednesday and wait for me for a few hours. Yeah, and she's really everything that I've done. She's been there, you know, my anchor woman, keeping me sane, but also pushing me to work to the best of my abilities. Yeah.
So for the
So for the
artists who are
artists who are
watching now,
watching now,
who will be
who will
watching
be
later,
watching later,
what's the
what's
best
the best
advice you can give
advice you
them?
can give them?
Well, I think the best advice I could give someone that if you're chasing a dream, it's your dream, it's not someone else's. And it's not a competition, it's not a race. I think you should take your time, don't rush anything. And in horse racing, you know, they have their blinkers on, they're watching where they're running. So I don't think you should be comparing yourself to anyone else because everyone's different. Your voice will sound different to everyone, and your dream and your vision's going to be different. So I think you should just take your own track and just worry about yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your dream and no one's going to care about it as much as you. So just worry about yourself.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Have you met
Have you
any
met
famous
any
people
famous
yet?
people yet?
Have I met any famous people? Yeah. I've met a lot of people in the Australian country music scene. Recently, Lainey Wilson just came to Australia. I didn't really meet her, but I held a sign up and I was like, can we please take a selfie? And she took my friend's phone and we took a selfie. So that was the coolest thing. But yeah, I would love to come over to America, to Nashville. I came over for Houston Rodeo, but I didn't get to Nashville. So definitely would love to get over there and meet as many people as I can.
Oh yeah, if
Oh
you want
yeah,
to
if
get back
you
in
want
the
to get back in the
States,
States,
make sure you
make
stop
sure
by
you
our
stop by
Niagara
our Niagara
Falls
Falls
studios.
studios.
Yeah,
We
for
have you out here.
sure.
We have you out
We
here
have
for
it
the
here
morning
for the morning
show,
show,
and we'll
and
play some
we'll play
music
some
for you.
music for you.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
All right.
All right,
As we
let's
wind down our
wind down
interview
our
here,
interview here.
any final
Any
thoughts you
final
want to
thoughts you
share with
want to
our
share with our
audience?
audience?
Well, I just want to thank your audience for listening to me for this long. Yeah, and if you do have a dream out there, there's no dream too big or too small. Just go for it. Life's too short.
Well, it's
Well,
an
it's an
absolute honor to
absolute
have you
honor
on
to
the
have you
show
on
this
the show
evening.
this evening.
And it's so nice
It's
to
so
meet
nice to
you,
meet
and
you, and
we wish
we
you all the
wish you
best
all
as
the
you move
best as
forward
you
in your
move forward
musical
in your musical
journey.
journey.
And
Well, thank you so
and
much
this
for
is
and
having
just
this
part
is
one of
part one
several
of several
interviews in the
interviews in the
future.
future.
We're gonna have you
We're gonna
back.
have you back.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're more than
You're more than
welcome.
welcome.
And
And
again,
again,
special thank
special
you
thank
to
you
Miss
to Miss
Lady
Laney
for allowing
for
us to
allowing
be
us
on
to be
here.
on here.
And Miss
And
Ruby
Miss
Jane
Ruby
is in the
Jane is in
house,
the
and a
house, and
special
a
thank you to
special
her.
thank you to her.
And
And
Stephen Brady
Stephen
and Blue
Brady and
Shamrock
Blue
Music
Shamrock Music
for playing
for
our
spotting
each
our
and every
each
week.
and every week.
Until next
Until next
weekend,
weekend,
every Wednesday
every
we're
Wednesday
live
we're
on the
live
air,
on the air,
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern.
Please tell your
Please tell
family
your
and friends
family
you're
and friends
watching
you're
now.
watching now.
Please tell your
Please tell
family and
your
friends
family
about
and
our
friends about our
show.
show.
And if you know
And
any
if you know any
artists,
artists,
upcoming
upcoming
aspiring
or aspiring
artists,
artists,
please
please
reach out
reach
to
out
Blue
to Blue
Shamrock Music
Shamrock
and Mr.
Music and
Stephen
Mr. Stephen
Brady.
Brady.
And we will
And
make
we will make
a time
a
to have you
time
on
to
the
have you on
show.
the show.
Until next
Until
week,
next week,
it's your friend
it's your
Russell
friend
Kane.
Russell
Thank you
Kane.
so
Thank
much
you
for
so much for
watching.
watching.
Until then,
Until then,
have a
have a
wonderful evening.
wonderful evening.